Hey guys, Mike Torino. Tonight I want to talk to you quickly about some topics and some frequently asked questions around goals and assessments in your programs. It's extremely important to identify setting your goals early prior to your students coming into class. I think sitting down with your staff, your cadre of instructors, and identifying what you feel is the most important parts of the program early on is going to ensure success of the students. From there, I think that identifying these goals for your students and setting early expectations day one, night one for your students is going to ensure their success as well. This is it allows for full transparency so that students can see exactly where you're coming from, exactly what you expect of them right out of the chute, so that there's no confusion a week or two into the program. And this can be done virtually. It can be done face to face. Either way, we have the ability to make this happen for our students. All right. So early expectation, I think, is key. Letting them know where they need to be, so it's gonna go ahead and keep them on target throughout the program. You got to remember that some of our students may not have. It may have been a while since they were in class, and they may have forgotten how to study or forgotten how to set goals. So I think it's important for us to assist them with that. It makes our program all the more successful. Okay. I think that having an open door policy with your students in setting some office hours so that the students can meet with you, whether it's, again, virtually via a Zoom, WebEx, or GoToWebinar meeting, or face to face, allows you to discuss with them how well they're doing in the program, the comprehension of the material. Is the student understanding what's being delivered to them? If not, what can be done on their end or your end or conjunction to help the student come up to pace where they need to be? Their engagement in the program. Are they completing their assignments on the learning management system or in class? Are they doing what they're supposed to do? Are they a part of the program, or are they just kind of sitting on the wall like a mixer dance when you were in high school? Right? We want them engaged and we want them active within the program. So these office hours give us an opportunity to discuss this face to face with the student, where they may not be so inclined to discuss it openly in a large group. And it also gives us the chance to talk to them about their achievements, what they've done so far in the program successfully, and how they feel about that. It's important to acknowledge that with the students so that they stay on track, they stay excited about the program and excited about the topics that they have going forward. The other thing that I think is extremely important, and this goes across the board no matter what you're training, it's really important to kind of break our traditional classroom away from a grade or a number standard. All right, we want the students to know that there's more achievements and more important things that we're delivering in these programs than a letter or a numeric grade, right? And those things are being able to be working, thinking, functioning when we're out there in the field. Again, no matter what our trade is going to be, we want to be able to make sure that even though, we may not have scored that 90 in class, we may have been an 82 or an 83 student. That's okay, because we were able to get it to our fingertips and we understood and comprehended the material enough to be able to deliver it out there in the field as a provider, as a technician. All right. I think it's very important to state that early in the program, so it alleviates some of the stress. Some people just get all wrapped up around the numeric grade, right? They have to be the highest in the class, and sometimes that just doesn't bode well in our professions. Okay. So those are three topics that I think are extremely important, and some of the brief, quick ways that you can accomplish that. Some of the frequently asked questions we get: how do we assess our students if they're not in front of us? Use digital meetings, right? Your online meetings, Zoom, WebEx, GoToWebinar. Have your class hours, or excuse me, your office hours like this with your students. You could do breakout training sessions in the breakout rooms utilize this online video chat with your students to your advantage. Okay, use whatever learning management system you have at your fingertips. Utilize that to the most best of its capabilities. If you have the ebooks or interactive lectures or the ability to build different lessons or assignments within it, then get into it early. Dive into your LMS long before your class even starts so that you know exactly how it works and exactly what you want the students to do. By utilizing your learning management system to its full capability, it gives you all kinds of ways to track data and track analytics on your student to be able to show that, you know, or to be able to realize how the students are engaged in the program. All right. We want to, you know, we get asked a lot, how do we teach our students to set goals based on where they want to go or what they want to achieve when they get out there? And that's, you know, it's a relatively simple answer. By identifying the course that they're taking with you as the foundation of all the programs to come, just like a foundation of the house, it's extremely important to have it solid. All right. If you build a sloppy foundation, then the rest is just going to be rocky all the way up, first floor, second floor, third floor. Same thing here. If they don't have a good structurally sound foundation throughout your program, okay, with an understanding of why it's important at this level to be so strong in understanding the material, then the rest of their academic achievements may not go the way that they had planned in their head. So having them write that down and identify it and share it with you will help you be able to build that better foundation with them, therefore keeping them on path to where they want to be and what they want to achieve past your program. You know, and lastly, one of the questions we get is how often should you have your students self-assess and reflect on their goals? As an educator myself, I feel that having them do that as often as possible, it would be a great thing for the student. Be it every other week, once a week, you know, once every 3 weeks, as often as, and this may vary per student. Some students may not be able to self-assess as much as other students. It may just push them a little bit left of where they need to be, and it may bring on some anxiety for them. So identify that early and adjust those settings for the students, for that specific student. But if you have students that are able to self-assess weekly or every other week, then I think that's a great thing. I think the more that they could take a look at their goals and their achievements and their failures, right? They have to have true transparency with it and thick skin to know that the failures are important, because hopefully one failure, two failure turns into a success, right? The more they do something, the more times they fail sometimes, it's a greater success in the end, right? So I think having them self-assess as often as possible is key, right? So use your LMS, be open-minded, reach out to us if you have any problems, and have a safe and wonderful rest of your evening.